Hello and welcome to Common Ground, an inside look at Suffolk County. I'm your host, Sheriff Steve Tompkins. Now today we've got a returning guest who's one of our favorites, and that would be Miss Ruth Bramson, the CEO of the Girl Scouts of Eastern Massachusetts, and she's going to talk to you about all the great and wonderful things that our organization is doing for young girls and creating a safe haven, keeping them out of trouble, helping them to grow into really productive citizens that we will all benefit from the efforts that they put forth. So without any further ado, Ruth, thank you so much for coming back.
It's a pleasure to be back, Steve. Thank you.
So since the last time we've seen you, talk to us about some of the new initiatives that you've mounted.
So much good stuff going on. First of all, we're doing a really terrific program called Be a Friend First. And it's all about anti-bullying techniques for the girls. Our girls really believe that they want to intervene when they see someone being bullied. And so this program gives them the tools to do that in a very positive, upbeat kind of way, to not just stand by and be observers, but in a very positive way to try to turn the situation around and explain to the people involved why this is just not the right way to be leaders.
So can you expand on that just a little bit? When you say they have the tools to intervene, how do they do that without becoming a part of whatever that ruckus is?
Well, what we try to do is to teach them to have positive behaviors, to talk about why this isn't an appropriate way to behave, to ask their friends to consider the person who's being bullied and how they might feel if they in fact were being bullied. And I think this idea of projecting how the other person is feeling really helps these kids to reconsider.
So what brought that initiative about? Did something happen that you thought that maybe it's time for something like this?
Well, there's been so much going on in the news and around the country, not just here in Eastern Massachusetts, actually, around children who, are not treating other children well. And some of the repercussions, I'm sure you remember there was a suicide in Massachusetts of a young girl last year who had been bullied. And our goal is to prevent that, is to make sure that all girls feel safe in the Girl Scouts, have a supportive adult with them who can teach them leadership, but also be there when they have problems. And that's what we're all about.
So before we talk about other initiatives and other programs and services, tell our audience what the mission of the Girl Scouts is all about.
Absolutely. Our mission is to build girls of courage, confidence, and character, which means that we're teaching girls to understand what's going on around them, to discover who they are, and then to work in their communities to make the world a better place.
How old is this organization?
We were 100 years old last year.
No kidding. That's right. You were here for the 100th
That's
year
why
anniversary.
I was here, right.
That's
and
right.
we had a wonderful 100th, terrific year. We had a great celebration on the Washington Mall in Washington, and this year Michelle Obama is the honorary president of the Girl Scouts, and we're very proud of that.
Nice. So did you? I'm assuming you had girls from all over the country.
All over. 250,000 girls came to Washington last year.
Was this for the entire week?
And they were there for almost 4 days.
Okay.
They had a big rally.
Wow. Okay, so now let's go back now. Talk to us about your youth development programs.
Well, that's really the heart of what we call our Girl Scout leadership experience. And what it is we give girls the skills to be leaders. So we teach them and empower them by making them exposed to opportunities in their communities, whether it's working in a senior citizen center. We had one young lady who was teaching the senior citizens how to use computers, or whether it's working with a group of disabled children who need to be included, and to the girls to think about inclusion and how we make everyone a Girl Scout.
So, the key word there for me was opportunities. And often when I stand in front of young kids and young adults, I talk about the need to do a couple of things. One, try to position yourself in a way that if opportunities come your way, you can take advantage of those. In the absence of that, though, think about what it is that you want to do and create your own opportunities. I'm a firm believer in putting what they call a little skin in the game, meaning that you really have to invest some of your own time and some of yourself, and you can't always just wait for others to come up with ideas to motivate you. do you find that the young ladies that you're talking about, when they talk about opportunities, are they really full bore with that?
They are, and I think it's the result of our volunteers. We have 18,000 volunteers. They are troop leaders, they're facilitators, they're cookie moms, and they really not only inspire our girls, but support them. And many of these girls don't have a supportive adult in their lives for a number of reasons, particularly in some of the underserved communities in the areas where we are for the first time going as Girl Scouts.
So do you have a lot of girls from broken homes or single-parent households?
We do, and we have girls who have incarcerated parents and girls who are suffering from teen pregnancy, and all of the social problems that girls face, regardless of whether they're Girl Scouts or not.
Right.
And our goal is really to provide them with this supportive environment where they can be with other girls and where they have a supportive adult who's a role model for them.
So let me ask you, if they need some sort of social services that's outside the scope of what the Girl Scouts do, can you direct them to other agencies that will help them?
We don't.
Okay.
We don't do that. We stick very close to our programmatic initiatives that we have, and we have hundreds of programs throughout the year that we do, and a lot of them teach them skills, but we don't do anything in terms of a referral service.
What about pathways? Talk to me about that.
Yes. We find the girls are very busy, very busy. Athletics, churches, whatever, especially boys when they start to get a little older. And
Those darn pesky boys,
I know. So what we did is we've created a new model. So you don't have to be in a troop to be a Girl Scout anymore. There are several ways you can do it. You can be in a series, which is an 8-week program that focuses on nutrition or fitness or any number of things like that. Or you can be what we call a Juliet, which is a Girl Scout who is just one person, and she can work virtually to win her various awards and grow the various levels in Girl Scouting. So there are a lot of opportunities that don't require the girl to commit for a whole year, but can allow her to be a Girl Scout nonetheless.
So when you had the troop set up,
Right.
you had to be involved for a year. Is that what that was about?
Yeah, usually our troops go from September to June.
Okay.
And so this way, not only does it give us flexibility for the girls, but it gives us flexibility for the moms and the volunteers who often can't commit for a whole year, but have the talent to offer a workshop or something like that for the girls.
So that sounds like it's a pretty significant change in the way that the Girl Scouts have always conducted themselves. How did you come about? Was this from a national initiative to do away with the troops? How did that come about?
Well, we're not doing away with them.
Oh, good.
Not at all.
Okay.
We have quite a few troops here in Massachusetts, over 2,000 actually. Okay. But we wanted to give girls an alternative, an opportunity to be Girl Scouts if there wasn't a troop in their neighborhood, or if they wanted to do something a little bit different. If they wanted to go to camp, for example, we run 14 camps in the summer, and you can be a Girl Scout by just going to Girl Scout camp. So there are a lot of alternative pathways, which is the expression we use, and we find that allows us to reach out to girls who might ordinarily not be Girl Scouts.
And what are the ages that girls?
Our youngest girls are daisies, and they're age 5, kindergarten and first grade.
You smile when you say that. Look at you. What, you have that's so prideful.
They are the most adorable. They could sell cookies to anyone.
Right. Okay.
And then we go up to seniors in high school, which are our ambassadors. And we also have campus Girl Scouts. So we have troops at Northeastern, we have troops at UMass Boston, and our goal is these girls are going into the neighborhoods and working with the younger girls, which is wonderful.
Now, how do you actually become a Girl Scout? If you want to become a Girl Scout, is there a place where you can go to sign up, or do you do an outreach program, or is it a combination of both?
It's a combination. We have recruitment events this time of year. We're running about 150 all around our area. And we also have a website, www.hergirlscouts.org, where you can go find a troop near you or sign up as an individual Girl Scout or volunteer, which we need lots of.
But you have 18,000.
Oh, we need more.
Really?
Never have enough women. The more women and men we have as volunteers, the more girls we can make Girl Scouts.
Back up now. Talk to me about men being involved.
Oh, yes. We have a lot of dads and grandpas and men who feel that they want to have a bigger part in their girls' lives and their daughters' lives, and so they sign up to work with it. We have several events. We have Dads and Daughters Days, and it's really great. And we actually have some dads who are cookie moms who actually help with the cookie sale, because as you well know, cookies underwrite so much of what we do programmatically all year long.
Now you have the volunteers, and you have older women and older men involved. But talk to me about the peer-to-peer interaction between the young ladies and how they actually learn from each other, grow with each other, and really become solidified bonds with one another.
Oh, they absolutely do. I was at an event about a month ago where one of the girls had won her Gold Award, which is the highest award we give to Girl Scouts. It's more difficult to win than the Eagle Scout Award, to give you some comparison.
Yeah, okay.
And this troop, which was in Marlborough, had been together since the girls were in kindergarten, and the girls were all now seniors in high school.
Wow.
So there's a bond that, although these girls may have a half a dozen other extracurricular activities, this group of girls stayed together and have been friends, and they will be friends for life.
Oh, yeah, absolutely will be. So you talk about the gold awards. Do you have like a silver and a bronze? And,
Exactly.
Okay. And so what is the different designations? Is it by age, or is it by criteria, some sort of qualifications you have
There
to
are
meet?
very specific criteria, and it goes bronze, silver, gold.
Okay.
And the bronze award is more of a troop award, which the girls do as a group. And then by the time they're a gold award nominee, they pick a project. And as I said, it could be anything from teaching a senior citizen to use computers to redoing a garden in the town center. Or collecting books for children in Costa Rica who don't have books to read. So they come up with these unbelievable projects. They really touch you. And so they do these projects. They require at least 80 hours of work to do the project. They have their own advisor, who is usually a Girl Scout volunteer. And then when they finish the project, they have to present it to a board of advisors who accepts it or does not accept it when they don't feel that they've fulfilled all the criteria. So it's an enormous honor. And then we have a special ceremony when a girl wins her Gold Award.
So, you know, what that reminds me of is either in college, or when you go into the world of work, you always have to make presentations, you know. And so it sounds like at a very young age, you are getting young girls prepared for what the future is going to hold for them to be successful in life.
That's what we hope. And we're very excited because more and more colleges are looking at the girls' applications and seeing Girl Scouts as a very good indicator that this young lady will be successful. They bring the values and the competencies that they learn as Girl Scouts to being students in their colleges. And so the colleges are seeing that as a great sign that this is a girl I want to admit.
So talk to me about the core values. What are the core values of the